Have you ever wondered what it takes to run a GT4 Cup car? Well, today we're lucky enough to find out.
We've been given some pretty unreal access to the British GT Cup at Silverstone, all thanks to the guys at Feathers Motorsport and Inspire Engineering.
Join us as we follow the championship leaders to uncover what it really takes to race an Aston Martin GT4 car.
Actually, the first thing for me is actually the livery.
It's a lovely livery.
It's really cool.
Really
We said we were going to rate all the liveries in the pit.
This might already be.
Might be a front runner. Yeah. Wow.
So we should explain. It's not even 9 o'clock this morning. There's some serious kit here, and they're just getting set up. So the garage is set up as of about Thursday or Friday, from what I understand. And this is getting the car prepped, ready for qualifying this morning.
Yeah.
We've got to practice first, 2 qualifying sessions, followed by 2 races today.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the classes. So is there 4 or 5 classes? And they've got practice, qualifying, and at least 1 or 2 races. So it's intense.
It's going to be pretty non-stop, I think.
So I think that's going to be one of the things I want to get out of Reece and Tom today, is to understand how they've managed to fit all that into one day.
Plus us chatting in their ear.
Yeah, then you've got us annoying them and walking around.
Yeah.
But
it's not every day you get to hang out with a race team at Silverstone, and with no limits access, you could say we're just a tiny bit excited.
We wanted to capture the whole story, because while this series sometimes gets called amateur, you should take that with a hefty pinch of salt. These teams run like absolute pros. Pit crews buzzing around, tyre warmers on standby, fancy telemetry and data crunching, top tier driver coaching, car setups tweaked to perfection, and basically 24/7 work to squeeze every last drop of performance out of the machines.
So, what does Saturday's schedule look like? Practice, qualifying and racing for the GT Cup Championships, plus the GB3 and GB4 single-seaters, the Porsche Cup Championship and the Radical Cup UK. Safe to say there was a lot going on. What do you think of the garage so far in terms of the setup?
there's some serious kit here. You've got everything from what I'd consider more of like a track day setup, or a bit more than a track day setup, with the 986 and some of the Caymans out the back here, or just on the outskirts of the paddock.
With the gazebos.
With the gazebos and your vans and that sort of stuff. Then you've got guys that turn up with this sort of rig that maybe taking it slightly more seriously.
It's a bit
They've got some serious kit here.
Yeah.
Especially further down that side where you've got all the F3, F4 cars.
Yeah.
Oh mate, it's amazing. It is just a petrol.
But I'm impressed, even with the GT4 side of things, they've got they're kind of almost like the kind of kit boxes, aren't they? But they've got the screens, they've got
screens, timing, there's fridges of drinks and snacks and stuff. That I don't know why.
But it's not like they're just watching the live stream on the phone, It's all proper.
They're not playing at it.
No.
This is a proper setup. This is GT racing, and it's probably a bit more than I was necessarily expecting.
Built by ProDrive, the 2019 Aston Martin GT4 weighs in at under 1,300 kilos and is capable of producing 720 brake horsepower, though this one runs at about 450 to comply with GT4 Championship regulations. It features a race-tuned 4-litre twin-turbo V8, a sequential paddle shift gearbox, full aero kit, racing suspension and slick tyres. It's fair to say this isn't the Aston Martin you used to pick up the champagne from Waitrose.
Anyway, enough from us. Let's speak to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Reece and his crew are the team that keeps the Feathers Motorsport garage ticking throughout each race weekend. He takes Tom on a full tour of the car and garage. It's pretty wild how much goes into just one weekend at the track. Just a quick heads up, Silverstone doesn't really do quiet. You'll have to excuse a bit of background noise during the conversation.
This is, for starters, is the sort of entry-level GT car. A few of the more noticeable things, obviously, are the rear wing, the front splitter. If you look down on that side of where the filler cap would be normally, or on the side here, that's for quick fuel filling in the pit stops. So we have like dump churns basically to fire the fuel in as quickly as possible. It still has the original cap, and you wouldn't believe it, but that is part of the regulations. It has to.
So you have to have
has to remain there.
Even though it does nothing.
It doesn't do anything. It's completely empty, but it's just.
It has to be there. This isn't standard either. So what have we got on here?
One in the middle, first of all, is the radio. So that's what we talk to the driver through. Then we've got 3 GPS on the top, and there's also another one inside the car. We've got one for video box.
Okay.
So you've got onboard video system for obviously filming, but also data related, like driver performance stuff. Another noticeable change is this fin here, which is the air lance. So obviously in a pit stop scenario, or just in a garage for us, work on it to make it easier and quicker.
And this
will make the car go up and down.
If you were to buy a GT4 Vantage from Aston Martin, does that come installed? That's already in, or do you have to install that?
That's already there.
From a weight point of view, is this far lighter than a road-going car? Because obviously it's so more stripped out.
Yeah, I think it's about 300 kilos lighter.
Wow. Yeah. Interior is where things really change, right?
Yeah, that's where you really get the sense of a race car. I think. I mean, even looking in before you get to where the driver sits, even looking at where your luggage would go normally.
Just so stripped out.
So yeah, obviously completely stripped out. There's nothing in there that you'd see, no creature comforts or anything. But the main thing that you're looking at right now is the fuel tank.
Yes.
It's all designed for safety more than anything else. So it's a Kevlar bladder.
This is standard.
It's all standard. Yeah. What you're looking at now is all standard. Of course, the roll cage and the top mounts are modified. There are bits and pieces cut out, like the original road car would have a little panel there. The chassis is completed at Gaydon on the Aston Martin line. It's then taken to ProDrive, and they will do all the body modifications. They'll take the roof off.
Okay.
They'll take the panels back off of it, do their work inside, cut out what you need to cut out, do the cage.
So it does start life off as a standard on the line standard Vantage as such, but doesn't go through the final stages or the trim stages or those things. Yeah, and get sent off.
As soon as it's off the chassis production line and it's just a bare shell, no paint or anything, it just doesn't get given its VIN number. It's just handed straight to ProDrive. We're running 450 horsepower as opposed to 720, I think this is capable of.
Jesus.
Yeah, 105 millimeters front ride height, and we could be dropped down to 92. So, we're quite high, we're also very heavy.
But that's in order to level the playing field.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So what we're saying really is that the car as a whole, as a base, is really, really good.
So capable.
Yeah, and it's so reliable.
There's a lot of containers, a lot of flight cases.
Yep.
There's a lot of wheels and tyres.
There's a lot you don't see as well. So, I mean, really, for us, a race weekend starts 2 weeks before. Heads down, prepping the car, making sure the cars are all right first.
Yeah.
See if there's any parts we need to make sure that's all done. Second job for us really is to go through the kit and equipment. So we've got our toolbox here. Just to make sure this is all clean, tidy, everything's in the right place and there's nothing damaged, anything needs replacing. Moving through the week, building up, so you finish the car, prep the car, which is, skipping over that, it's quite a big job. But, but the car is the car, as mechanics, and we'll sort the car out. And this is quite a big expense really for all motorsport teams if you're going to do it professionally. So what this is this is called setup kit, and what that is you're adjusting the geometry on the vehicle. Yeah. Doing your ride height, your camber, your caster, your toes. Here this is a very fast circuit, a lot of high-speed corners, so generally have quite a lot of camber here to help with the car rolling over in high-speed corners. We'll then start to load everything and think about cleaning everything. So obviously clean the outside, the inside, and then just make sure everything's full up. So wheels and tyres is a massive part of our job. And you begin to love to hate it.
On a weekend like this, how many sets of tyres do you go through?
3 sets.
Oh, it's not too bad.
No, regulated to 3 sets. It was 4 last year, but they've introduced a pit stop race, so everyone's had to buy refueling equipment and bits. We had it anyway, but other teams would have struggled. So to offset that, they've dropped it down to 3 tyre allocation, 3 sets of tyres.
And does that change over a weekend of mixed weather, I guess?
Yeah, wets you get 2 a weekend, 2 sets of wets a weekend.
And do you have to get tyres from here? And you essentially have the wheels ready and just tyres come from here?
Yeah, so Pirelli are the tyre allocator for the whole whole championship.
Yeah.
We'll put our order in a few weeks before, and they'll just turn up with them really, and we'll just bring our rims down, clean, make sure they're all stripped off and ready to go, otherwise they'll moan at us. Every time the wheels come off the car, we clean them.
Really?
Immediately clean them before we put them in the heaters. And there's only one reason for that. It's not because I want the car to look amazing, although
It's an added bonus.
it's an added bonus. The real reason is when you're cleaning something, you're looking at it, you're checking it.
It's that preventative maintenance.
It's preventative maintenance, yeah. You're going to see a crack or, you know, an egg-shaped rim or
Yes.
something. You're going to see something.
Whereas it being filthy and covered in brake dust and crap, you're not going to see it.
Yeah, and you're just not spending the time to look at it. Like the tyre itself might have a cut in.
And then obviously you've got all of your comms gear, your timing gear, your screens. There's a fair amount over there, snacks and drinks, all the things you might not necessarily think about, but you need that to run a team.
Yeah, obviously radio's an obvious one. You've got to talk to the driver when he's out there, and he's got to talk to you, so they're an obvious thing to have. The screens they're not just a novelty, they're not just there for people to watch telly. You know, they do have a lot of time and information on and messages from race control. It's how we communicate with them as well as radios and other forms. But so there's that, and obviously just a bit of hydration and snacks because we all like snacks.
Too right, absolutely. No, it's a really, really cool setup.
It's a small setup, and we keep it this way. We like it this way. Obviously, it'd be nice to have all the flashy gear, but
that doesn't necessarily make you go faster.
No, it doesn't. And you know, we're here. We think we're doing a good job. So
absolutely. Well, you're leading the series for your class, right? So you must be doing something right.
Yeah, we're leading the series. I think we're P2 or P3 overall as well. So
overall,
we're doing really well.
So it's good.
Yeah, we are doing a really good job.
Doing something right.
Yeah.
Now that Reece has talked us through the general runnings of the car and the team, Joe, the lucky bugger, gets to chat with the pro racing driver and Aston Martin test driver currently spearheading the Valkyrie and Valhalla programme, 23-year-old Tom Canning. He talks Joe through exactly what it's like to compete in one of these cars and what all the 4 million buttons do.
So fuel load, that's bad for a start. We'll start with the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So we got radio top left. This is a push and hold, and that's to speak with the team on the pit wall. I mean that's kind of the most common button we use. We're in constant communication with the team. Just about procedures going on track.
Do you find yourself talking a lot?
Drivers vary a lot.
Yeah.
Like for me, I don't talk much on the radio. I just they update me and I just say copy.
Sure.
If someone's run you off, you'll just say it's happened so that they can note what lap and things like that. But I don't like talking much.
Yeah.
I have coached people who basically give you a running commentary of what's going on.
Yeah.
Then we've got aux. So this, the traction control here, if you click that, it turns it off for 10 seconds.
Okay.
And then it will come back.
Sure.
So if you want it on, but there's a particular curb that might give you traction control intervention. You can just hit that before that curb and then you don't have any. Flash, this is my teammate Archie's favourite button. It strobes the headlights.
Okay.
After one push.
Yeah.
He loves a flash. Just whenever, if you ask Archie. He's
just aggressively behind someone flashing.
Funny. Yeah. Just that bit of pressure. Then we got pages on the plus and minus.
Okay.
So this is the mechanics page. This is all your brake bias, all your sort of temperatures and pressures and things.
Sure. Do you find yourself looking at that at all in a race, or?
I try and avoid it as much as possible because when you're going fast,
a lot of information and it's all quite small. Yeah.
It's hard to read. Yeah. On the other pages, we'll have the main bits like oil temperature, water temperature, gearbox, fuel used and battery on other pages. Yeah. For lap times, we have 2 screens. Yeah. We got live tyre pressures there. Drink. Yeah. We don't have one of them connected. Then we got pit. This is just a pit limiter. Push on, push off.
So you just want one tap of that button and it'll put it into the limit,
Yeah, and then which set to 48 to allow run over because the speed limit's 50. If it gives us a warning, you can click alarm, it will clear it. Okay. You can use it to mark a point in the data. So if you have a misshift or something, you'll just hit that and you can look back in the day and tell the team, I had a misshift. Okay. And they can look for when you hit the button.
Sure.
Start, that's start the car, I won't push that. Yeah. Full course yellow is the other limiter. Okay, so this is 80 kilometers an hour.
So when you're on track and there's a safety car or a yellow flag, you just push that and it'll keep it?
We don't use it in this championship.
Right.
This is here because in a lot of championships you have that FCY, which is 80k, or sometimes at like the Nürburgring you have code 60.
Okay.
Where you go 60 kilometers an hour for a zone. Again, they'll just change that limiter to 60. Indicators on the back.
Yeah.
So you've got one on each side. The rotaries. We've got traction control on the left.
Yeah.
So we have 11 modes.
Wow.
Of traction control, and then on the right we've got a wiper.
Yeah. But on a day like today when it's dry and warm, are you completely traction off, or do you have it to a certain amount?
We've been running out on two today. That's what Archie's gone for in the race, especially on older tyres. They start to drop off.
Yeah.
I like to turn it off in quali.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, in a race, like how you want to drive this car.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be getting any activation in 1 or 2 because you can move quite a lot before it comes in.
Okay. Yeah.
So you may as well leave it on as like a reminder of if TC comes on.
Yeah.
You're trying too hard.
I imagine at 2 it's really not intrusive at all. Right.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's it. It's only once you get up to like 4 or so you might regularly get into it.
Yeah.
If you're on 1 or 2, it's actually quite a nice reminder that you're pushing too hard.
Yeah.
Like if TC comes in, you're like, oh, it's definitely too dry for that.
On the limit, yeah. Do you find because obviously you use the curbs a lot to make the corner as straight as possible, do you find that disrupts the traction a lot?
Yeah, and that was actually a big part of why we didn't have this TC cut that cuts it for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
We didn't have that for a long time.
Oh, right. It's quite handy to have then.
So much easier. Because if there's that specific curve, you can just hit it before that and then it's not a problem.
Yeah, especially like in qualifying when you're trying to get that one lap. Right?
That's why you go off, because you're like, I'd rather push it a bit too hard than have it cut the engine. And
leave it down to me.
Because it's quite a big cut. When the TC does come in, it comes in fairly hard.
Yeah.
But the modern cars now, I mean, at least I just drive Astons, so I can only say for Aston, but it's pretty, you can lean on it quite a lot now.
Yeah.
Like as they get more clever, you can just kind of.
Sure.
I like to not use it, so I've learned that way, but it's, if you really wanted to, you could just turn it up to 7, 8, lean on it everywhere, and you'd probably be as quick. Similar to traction control, we have 11 modes of ABS. You're on the edge of ABS, you want it dipping in.
Yeah.
You don't want to be burying your foot through it, because I feel like you'd lose your ability to brake.
Yeah.
After a few years, when someone asks you to drive a car without ABS, it'll be game over. Yeah, we've got aircon, but that gets boiling, so I've never run it.
No.
Because it's just hot air. We've got a heated front screen. Wow. We've got all the luxuries.
I know,
Wet, this adapts like the wet button.
Okay.
So it accounts for the different tyre diameters and things for wet tyres to slicks. So when you change tyres, you'll go wet, dry. Full beams, matte. That's not and you don't touch that. That's a throttle map.
Okay.
I think, but I don't know. I've always been told not to go near that.
Honestly, it's pretty mind-blowing how much you have to keep track of when driving one of these things. So many buttons and settings. Who says guys can't multitask?
We just want to say a big thanks to Simon and Feathers Motorsport, Reece and Inspire Engineering, the drivers Tom and Archie, Ben for being such an awesome golf buggy chauffeur. You'll need to see the behind the scenes for that. And a massive thank you for Shay for filming it all. You can find all their socials and more info through the usual channels, but we'll link everything below. Now, let's wrap up in the car park.
Well, I've borrowed Shay's sunglasses because the sun has finally come out, which was much welcomed.
We've just had one hell of a last sprint race.
We have. Good old Archie. We saw a little overtake, didn't we, after the main straight?
He put some moves in that race.
He was up at Giannetta's backside for pretty much the whole thing, right?
Entire race.
Flashing him.
Flashed to pass the whole lap.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed today. Every element, especially the GT3 and the GT4 racing, was particularly good.
I'd say it was actually the best racing I'd seen. Yeah.
And the best sounding cars.
Yeah, and the best mix, right?
Yeah.
I had a bit of concern on the way, thinking these GT4 and GT3 series, like surely there's going to be a faster car all the time, but really competitive. Like
really
we saw
competitive.
with the Ginetta and the Aston. wheel to wheel kind of the whole way, really. Nothing was pulling away. Just being able to really kind of grasp what goes into running a GT4 team.
I knew there was a bit that went into it. I didn't realise quite how much. In comparison to the likes of international championships, it's 6 rounds a year, is it?
That's right.
In the UK, and it can be run, I mean, but it's still £250,000 a year budget to run.
It just goes to show, doesn't it, motorsport is all money in the back end, right?
Yeah.
On the front end, you've got talented young drivers like Archie, who's not even passed his driving test.
No.
So yeah, successful day, and we'll debrief on the podcast, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think we'll probably do a heavy chunk of an episode on this, talking it through in a bit more detail, and we'll work out what sort of content we're going to build from this. But this is all part of exactly what we wanted to do, right? It's all part of the journey. This is just as much about us learning how to film and what sort of content to get, getting access to things as well. It's all on an upward trajectory.
Yeah.
It's going well.
Onwards and upwards.
Thank you all. Thank you for watching, if you're still watching. And we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.
Ciao for now.